I could feel it. The call had been too calculated, too kind of...
Hello everybody, it's Bea from Bespoke Crafts and welcome to my channel. Today's video is day 7. We're on the 7th, so I'm doing well. Whether the internet lets me get it up today is a different matter, but it is definitely 7th. Definitely. 7th, just to show you. Anyway, so yes, today's GUMMIAPAN Advent Calendar for day 7 is this little tree stump and this squirrel. I've used, the reason for this one, why I've done it this way, is because my husband's a wildlife photographer. It's his absolute hobby, he just loves it. And last year for Christmas, I paid for him to go photograph some wedge squirrels, and I can't say that word. I can't say what these are. And he absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. If you want to ever go see his pictures, if you go on Facebook, it's under Picture Power Nature. And if you want to see his videos that he does, he's on YouTube as Picture Power Photography. I will put a link in so that you can go if you choose to have a look. He has beautiful, beautiful images. So yeah, I thought I would, this is going to be his Christmas card. And he never watches my videos, but I'm going to give this gift to him today, so it won't really matter. So yeah, this is the GUMMIAPAN tree as well. These are from the fruits, which is there. I've used for chestnuts. So I've got one of the squirrels going into the hole, one going up. I've used embossing flakes, not flakes. Have I just put them away? My desk is a mess. I've used embossing powder, but I've used the chunky. Yeah, this is the black. So as you can see, too much, you won't see anything with that. It is quite chunky. And I put it on the vellum as like a pond, because when he was there last year, that it was frozen and there was a pond and they were skating all over on it. But what I've done to texturise it on the bottom bit there, it's exactly the same product, but I just haven't heated it up to completely melt. So there are still little bits coming off. I might give it a little bit more of a run through, but as you can see, the texture's different on it. Anyway, I'm going to go do the voiceover now and the editing. If you're watching the intro and you haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing so. It really does help my channel. Like, subscribe, comment, share the video if you want. It all goes with the algorithm with YouTube, and it just helps push my videos out to other YouTubers. So I'm going to do the editing and I'll talk to you in a minute. Merlin says hello. Hello everybody, so I'm on the voiceover now doing the editing. So here are the two little dies. They are so cute, but and again, all GUMMIAPAN dies are really, really cute. I am sorry about my bruises on my arms, as some of you may know, others may not. I have to take medication that causes bruises. If you fall, I'll bruise. Anyway, back to the card. So I decided to use different dies as well from GUMMIAPAN. I took all of them out. I didn't do the ladder, but I did do the other 3. but I only use this one that I'm taking off now. The detail in these is absolutely phenomenal. So I'm going to cut them out, and I am using my little, there's going to be a funny noise now on the microphone. It's the baby blue from Tattered Lace. So I'm cutting out, I've cut out 2 of each, and I've cut out maybe about 5 of the squirrels. No, I haven't, I've cut about 9. And I'm just writing down, I'd only just started writing down the colours, but then I stopped for some reason. So anyway, the colours that I've used are just a different colour of browns, and really deep oranges all the way through. So with this tree trunk, on the second layer that I'm going to layer up on, I've cut off the top, the very, very top of the rim, and I've cut off the leaves there. So I'm going to layer that up, and the top of it. So I'm just colouring it in using the darkest areas for the shading. Also just adding a little bits of extra shading where the colours would naturally, I think they would naturally be. Excuse me. And I've done the outside of the base layer so you don't see the white core in the middle from the card stock itself. So yeah, I'm just blending the colours in. I do apply quite a few bits. I feel like I'm waffling. Right, get yourself together. I do apply the colour several times, simply because I feel you get a better blend in that. Some people might not do it that way, but that's the way I've done it. And also, if you want to give something the appearance of it being rounded, if you do the darker areas at the side, it gives that impression that it's circular, if you understand what I mean. So as well, you can see there's a little noggin missing out of there. I've cut out that bit where the little twig is with the leaves, so that's going to be give the impression that it's further back. You can't see what colours I'm using, can you? I don't think. Like I've said before, I've only got a tiny little screen when I'm editing, but I get the glare off this light that I've got. But like I said, they're all different browns of different shades. We're using lighter for the top of the tree stump. I can't believe it's the 7th of November already. We are still on the 7th of November. It's 4:15. Whether this goes out tonight, I do not know. We'll have to wait and see. It's going to be really interesting to see what the new internet provider gives us next Friday. It'll be interesting to see that. I hope you can't hear my belly grumbling. It's grumbling. So the glue that I'm using as normal is Gina K Connect glue. Love this stuff. There are loads and loads of different glues. I've tried many, many different glues, but this is one that I always prefer. I also like to use as a glue, I'm just looking for it, it's the Collage medium from Ranger. It's Tim Holtz, and I use it in the matte. That's good stuff as well. I'm just doing the little leaves now. As I said, that this is for my husband, and I've just given him it so for his Christmas card. I didn't put any sentiments on it because that's obviously personal to us. So you just see the card without any sentiments or anything. But he's chuffed to bits with it. He absolutely loved it. Loved it when he went to photograph the red squirrels. I can't remember where he went now. It was a good way away, about 2.5 hours journey. So this is the larger tree stump. You see, it's not a stump. It's just like a gnarly old tree, really. So I've cut out the centre bit, and I'm cutting off the top as well. Again, just to add different dimensions to the overall image, because that's the intention, is to put one of the squirrels in the hole. Now, without me knowing, my camera turns itself off, and I hadn't realised, because my card was full, that you didn't see me colouring in the main tree. Excuse me. So now I'm doing the little squirrels, and I'm doing red ones because that's what he went to go see. Not the common grey squirrels that we have everywhere. So as you can see, I'm using dark, they're called red squirrels, but they are more like an amber colour, really. And I have got a picture on the side. My phone's just on the left hand side, so that I can use that to reference the colouring in. I keep going back to. And they all are done slightly different, with slightly different colourings in them. I don't think I'll show you it all, because you don't want to see me colouring in as many as I've used. Yeah, I think I've just shown a couple, but when you see it at when I've finished them all, you'll see the different shades of the lighter ones and darker ones, as you would naturally get in the wild. So the thing behind this card was, when he went away to do the photography on these, they are all wild. This guy that's got this land, and he just offers these packages. It was icy. It'd gone really early in the year, and there was they call it a reflection pool. So it got this reflection pool, but it had iced over. So these little squirrels were all over it. So that's why I wanted to use, as you'll see in a bit, I've used the vellum for that, to be sort of like an iced over reflection pool. Which, if you didn't know, if I hadn't said that, you wouldn't have known what that was. Maybe you would. It'd be interesting. Would you have known it was a pool? I don't know. And to get around to sticking that down, I've put snow on it. So they are all done there, and as you can see, they are all different colours. And I'm just figuring out how I want to place said squirrel. Did I want him popping in, or did I want him popping out? I did think about putting 2 of them in there, as you can see, but that didn't work. So I went for putting him in. So he's going in head first. These are cute. They really, really are. I'd also cut at the top, if you see on the left hand side, the little bunny rabbits. Let me see if I can find them without making too much noise on the microphone. I can't. I've put them away. I'm just going to have to pause. That is the oven. Right, so I've just put that on to preheat for another 10 minutes. It is ready, but we're not ready for that yet. So yeah, I'm just sticking them down after I put the squirrel in. And then we'll just start putting the little bits together. gone a bit overboard with the glue, I think, there. So I didn't know whether I wanted on this one, which is why I haven't finished it yet. So I think I'm going to use the vellum now. Yeah, I am. So I'm just going to take 2 pieces and just tear out some sort of like oval shapes, as you can see. I'm going to do 2 because I want it to look not layered as much, but so there's thinner ice at the edges than there is in the centre, if you get my drift. So that's going to be my reflection pool. And then I'm going to be using chunky embossing powder, and it's a cosmic shimmer. I literally just picked it out the drawer. I did show you the black earlier, but this one that I'm using, you can see, we should be able to see that the grains are quite large. You're better to use a heat tool to heat this up. It gets to the same temperature as a heat gun, but there's no force behind it. It's just the heat coming out, really. And this is called Snowstorm. I'm just putting it out all over. I'm starting up high rather, and then going down, simply because even with a little bit of the airflow that it's got, it does start to move it, which is obviously not what I want. So I am just going to put that around all over, and you will see me, I drop it quite a few times and just put it wherever you want it. Don't waste it, be. And I'm using the embossing pen to apply. Now a bit later on I will just be using the re-inker, the embossing pad, which you'll see. One drop off. There's a bigger one to come in a bit. So I'm just putting this down randomly. I don't want it to be like set in place sort of thing. I just want it to be random. And then I get both of the trees and I put it on the base of them as well. I will say, I say it every time I use this heat gun, please, if you've got one and you use it, unplug it after you've used it. I was watching a video, one of Tim's videos, and he did actually say to unplug it because they have been known to burst into flames or start smouldering or whatever they do. So what I'm doing now is just melting the embossing powder again, or granules again, and because they're wet I'm applying more to it so that I just don't have to apply anything else, you know, any more of the embossing glue. I am waffling again. So just sticking everything down. Now one of the screws on the reflection pool. I wasn't sure how I wanted this one, so So I've got my panel, my card panel, and it is 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. If I'm doing a matte and layer, I do 5 1/2 and 5 1/2 because my card base itself is 5 7/8 by 5 7/8. And because it's on vellum, sticking on vellum, I'm just going to make sure that it's held with the reverse tweezers just while the glue goes off a little bit. So again, we've got the GUMMIAPAN. These are little fruits that I've got, and I thought this one, because I wanted to do sort of like have like a chestnut. So I've cut out a good handful of these. I don't know how many cut out. I've already cut some out, but I'm just showing you me doing this. I think I do a couple of them. I think I've got 5 on it. It's on the windowsill now. I can't see it in the lounge. So I think I did 5. So I cut out 10 so I could double them up. So you just get that dimension on them. And I'm going to do them in pale colour for the top of the chestnut, which is what I'm doing now. And then a darker colour for the rest of the chestnuts. And then I'm just going to stick them together just to double them up again, like I mentioned earlier, just for that additional dimension. Bit of the clean up now, isopropyl alcohol, and there you go, everything's stuck together. So I just need to stick it on onto the card panel. When you're using vellum, if you can, put elements on the top of it so that you can glue down. There are different methods to glue vellum down without seeing the glue. But it is a lot of messing about. It's easier if you can do it this way. If you can't, then I've mentioned it in one of my videos before. I might do a different one and show you if you're interested on how to do that. But it really does make it just easy. It doesn't have to be glued completely down. It's just, I've just glued it down around the edges. So this is where I decided that I wanted to put some more snow on the bottom. So I'm using the re-inker, as I mentioned earlier, again, and just using the pen just to sort of like make it flow a little bit more where I want it. And then just shaking it on. Does it go back in the pot without messing? Yes, bonus. Now I figured with this that I didn't want it to be fully melted. So you can see me doing it from the height again and then just slowly going down as I see it melting down. So I wanted it to be textured. So I stopped at a certain point. Just had to, you see, I'm just checking to see whether it's coming off or not. And I think I do show you what it looks like. I'm going to shut the back door because Monty's just come in. There you go. That's done. I don't know why I tell you these things. I just have to stop it early and just carry on. You wouldn't know any difference, but just do. So I'm just putting a little bit of highlighter on using a Ohuhu gel pen. These are brilliant. Best ones I've ever used. Don't go dry. I don't know. I can't remember how long I've had them. I've had them a good while. Get them from, get them in a pack of, I think there were 6 whites. I'm not sure whether it's 2 or 3 gold or 2 or 3 silver. So I'm just going to do the card base now. I do make my own card bases in a minute. Oh, no, I don't. getting ahead of myself. So I'm just using a little bit of blue that was left on the distress brush, and I can't remember which one it was. I just picked one up, just to put that little bit of detail on the top of it. So there we have the card base. Is, like I mentioned earlier again, is 5 7/8 by 5 7/8. Collall glue, which is my favourite, comes off really easy. So we are coming back to the end of this video now. If you're still with me, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, pass a comment as well. Share as well if you like. And I will see you for the next one. So I'm going to say bye for now, everybody. Bye.